Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. So this again is the Art Channel, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Abdul Rahman Khan. We had talked about the Ravens and the Texans in the last podcast. This one, I'm going to talk about the other game that's this weekend on Saturday, and that's the Green Bay Packers visiting the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a sunny day in San Francisco, 62 degrees. So both teams should not be struggling with in terms of the ball handling, and honestly should be a very true to their identity type of a game. There's not going to be too much weather that's going to be influencing this game. So looking forward to this game as well, and that's a great matchup as well. With that being said, let's get right into it. The 49ers right now, they're ranked second overall in offense this season at 29 points per game. They were fourth in passing offense and third in rushing offense. I mean, Brock Purdy, passing offense, we understand. He's honestly done a pretty good job. He's got great performance stats this season. But the rushing being third in the league, no surprise there. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is leading the backfield, and honestly, he's up for MVP consideration. No surprise. Will he win? I mean, let's see. The game previously we discussed, Lamar's there, likely to win the MVP, but we'll see. I mean, again, it just says a lot about who's leading the backfield for the 49ers. On the other hand, the Packers come up with 11th overall offense, so not too shabby. They're averaging actually 22.5 points per game. They're ranked 12th in passing offense, 15th in rush offense. But we did see last week that Aaron Jones, man, he turned the clock back against the Cowboys and dropped 143 or around 143 rushing yards. And there's a chance he could do the same against the 49ers. But again, this is a game for the Packers to show up to, and there's a chance they could take it. This would definitely be a surprise because the 49ers have been just so great this year. But again, at the same time, Packers look like, from what they've done last week against the Cowboys, how they made the Cowboys look. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised at this point if they do win this game. Defensively, 49ers are ranked 8th overall. It seems like the 49ers, I mean, previously their defense has been known for, the noise has been always around the defense, how good they have been, the front seven. But this year, ranked 8th overall, I mean, it's not too bad, but it's just a little surprising. And then when you get into the details of it, Packers are ranked 17th overall on defense. And we talked about this last week as well. But, that being said, Packers did show after a week of prep against the Cowboys, they can turn a QB like Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy into a mistake-prone quarterback. And this is an opportunistic defense in these playoffs so far after one game. Yes, it is one game, but listen, it showed us a lot. They had 2 pick sixes last week. So they're a hot defense right now, and that's the Packers, right? So Green Bay right now is ranked 9th in pass defense. Actually not too bad, right? Considering they're considering that they're going to be overall ranked 17th on defense, but then being 9th on in passing, that's a big deal because we've seen Brock Purdy look pretty average at times, right? Especially the most recent game was against the Ravens. And if the 49ers can do the same, they have a chance. So, the Packers can do the same to Brock Purdy. They've got a chance, right? On the other hand, the 49ers are ranked 14th and in pass defense. So that's actually a great sign for Jordan Love. I mean, this is his first season as a starter. And honestly, Jordan Love's not been talked about a lot, but if you look at his stats, you're talking about passing yards, touchdowns, and interceptions. He's right there, very identical to Brock Purdy this season. And, I hope and I look to see him exploit the defense. Mike LaFleur is going to do a great job with him. But that being said, I think 49ers rush defense is now ranked 3rd this season. So that is a challenge for the Packers. I mean, Aaron Jones, yes, like I said last week, he did a great job. So we hope that he can turn the clock back once again. But this, their rushing defense, 49ers, is 3rd. And their pass defense is overall ranked at, 14th. So Jordan Love's really going to have to be the one to carry this team for this week at least, right? And not that he didn't do last week. I mean, he had a perfect passer rating just like CJ Stroud. So good job. But this really looks to be a game that Jordan Love's going to have to win. I mean, Aaron Jones is probably going to have some, he's going to have a challenge, an uphill battle. So That being said, I mean, the Packers are going to be in a lot of trouble if they don't find a way to stop Christian McCaffrey, by the way, because the Packers were ranked in the regular season at 28th in rush defense. And now they're going up against most likely known as the best running back in the league. This is definitely a handful challenge for the Packers, but they did show us last week again against the Cowboys. They can perform and rise to the occasion. So I'm looking forward to that. The 49ers now are amongst top teams in turnover differential, and sitting at plus 10. That is honestly the opposite of the Packers were. Well, they're at a net zero. So in the regular season, they hadn't forced a positive turnover differential. But again, these are not the regular season games, and these are the playoffs. We've seen so many surprises. Packers were in one against the Cowboys. So listen, the playoffs are different. It just takes one game to completely turn the tide and win it. And they had forced 2 turnovers last week, both pick sixes. Can they rekindle such a performance this week? I mean, there's this is a similar offense, right? This is an offense that is relying on a quarterback who seems to be more of a, I'm not going to say a system quarterback, but the system is designed around the quarterback. And he's got other guys. Actually, Brock Purdy seems to be more of a system-reliant quarterback than really even Dak Prescott, who has less weapons, and he's actually relied upon more. He's got much less of an effective run game than Brock Purdy. So Brock Purdy has much more weapons, but if the Packers can find a way to really force Brock Purdy into making some mistakes, making some throws that in under pressure. I mean, they had 4 sacks last week, the Packers. This is the type of performance they're going to need to win this game once again, really. Both teams seem to be fully healthy for the most part. And their head coaches, man, very familiar with each other. They both come from the Mike Shanahan tree. Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers and Mike LaFleur for the Packers. They're very familiar with each other. They've had a few matchups against each other in the recent years in the playoffs. At that time, yes, Aaron Rodgers was leading the Packers. Right now it's Jordan Love, and Brock Purdy also wasn't leading the 49ers. But the teams are very familiar with each other. They're also, for the most part, the personnel is kind of the same. So this should be a matchup that should bring back some memories, and it should be a great matchup. Now, that being said, I mean, this is going to be a surprise. For some reason, I expect, you would say the 49ers should win, but I'm going to see the Packers, and I see the Packers winning this game. So I'm going to go with the Packers winning this 28-24. I expect the Packers defense to make a couple plays that force Brock Purdy to have some turnovers and turn the tide and take it away. So Packers, again, winning 28-24. That being said, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast and pregame analysis. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe and enjoy the games.